everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the second episode with a brand new host of the Wrestling Sit and Talk. I am Osuji, and my brand new co host. Please
What's
introduce
going on,
yourself, sir.
world? What's going on, world? My name's Derek Guanyala. I'm going to go by Showtime Junior on this platform. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our take on the wrestling world coming up from Mania season to Dynasty season. Oh, what a time we about to have! Let's go.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of moving parts going on. It's a lot of big things. It's like, where do you start? I mean, you got the Cena heel turn. You got you got Sasha Monet continuing her dominance as the belt collector.
Yeah.
Did you watch SmackDown this week?
No, I did not get a chance to do SmackDown much this week, but I do know that they were in Spain for that episode, and that took place at 3 o'clock my time, and it went on um, Netflix, and then it came back on for those who had cable access at its regular time of 8 o'clock. So no, I was not able to see this past week's episode, but I do know that we had a title change in the tag team division. So
Let's
big
talk
ups
about it.
to big ups to the Street Profits finally getting back to the mountaintop. And I guess they got a new edge right now, which is different. I don't know if they're tweeners of heel or babyface, but that edge is actually kind of working for them.
It's been 4 years since they held tag gold, which is kind of absolutely crazy that it took that long for them to hold gold again.
Wow.
I've always liked the Street Profits. They're a very charismatic team, and people sleep on Angelo Dawkins. I don't know why, but he's a hell of an athlete within himself,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
he's got some underrated talent, but I believe this is one of those rocker situations between him and Montez. We know who the muscle is, but we know who the actual star really is.
Do you think they'll ever break up?
You know what? I'm speculating they will at some point. They kind of teased it a couple years back, but I think the way they're trying to say is nope, we don't want to break up or anything of that nature. Being that they're real tight with the wife, I don't think they want to do it. So who knows what creative has in store for them?
Yeah, and speaking of the wife Bianca, there was a little bit more movement in that Jade Naomi storyline, which I feel like there's a piece missing.
Yes,
It's
there
like
is a piece
I
missing.
see I see Jade. I'm like, okay, Naomi said she did it. Okay, but
Who put her up
there's
to it?
something that's not there.
Yep.
What do you think it is?
Now I don't want to pull that fourth curtain back too much, but there was some speculation that she really was. She was just getting written off TV for a vacation, but um, to have her come back, make an assumption, and just go in on Naomi. They say this had a lot to do with her coming back at the Rumble last year and she getting upstaged by Jade Cargill's debut at the same time. So maybe this is kind of seed planning that they were doing, and Bianca's kind of just caught in the middle, but she had to keep the ball rolling because she's now a veteran, and you got a rookie who's coming in from another promotion, and she needed to do their style of work, and no one is better than Bianca right now. So I mean, you know,
I I still have a weird feeling that Bianca has something to do with it. It seems too cut and dry, in my opinion, because like Bianca just kind of like stepped out the picture of it all. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all two handle that, even though y'all supposed to be my friends. I'm gonna just let y'all handle that. I'm gonna just slide on over to Raw.
well now she did. Like I said, there was a hint of it where they were in a tag team match on SmackDown, and initially she was about to rear back and cold cock somebody, being Jade, and she pulled back. So there may be some seeds planted in that they're trying to divert a little bit. So maybe we'll see come Louisiana and WrestleMania 42, because of right now she's booked to be in a triple threat match for the women's championship with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
Io
So
Sky, right?
yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah. Uh, the women's division is interesting. It looks like Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green, they're going to be having a little build up feud, probably going to culminate at WrestleMania. Is
it's time for some new
what I'm.
faces.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I love Chelsea and all, but she's wrestled as Michin, and I'm over it.
Yeah, how many times can she get screwed over and come up short? Like, you're gonna get tired of this. I mean, we just got to get some new faces, some new challenges for Chelsea Green, somebody to really make her earn that championship.
I think she's going to end up losing it at WrestleMania to Vega.
Be interesting if she gets her WrestleMania moment um, this year, because she got her moment for Backlash in Puerto Rico 2 years ago. So she is primed, I believe, to be a new challenger, and I think she could take the title.
Yeah, it's about time they do something with Zelina Vega besides lapdogging to LWO.
Oh yeah, long overdue.
What do you think about the Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest feud?
Ooh, well, we finally got something intense for a change. We haven't seen Drew in a meaningful storyline since CM Punk and Seth Rollins. So it's fresh, it's new, it's good. Um, Priest, now that he's no longer a champion and he is outcasted as a lone wolf, it's good to see him in something else as well. So
That's fair. I'm a big Drew fan. I'm not super excited about this feud. I mean, the story's there. I'm just not overly excited about it personally.
no, he's just
LA
got to
Knights,
develop more.
yes.
See where it goes.
I mean,
We got some time for it.
yeah. I mean, it's still like a month, so enjoy the ride, as The Rock would say.
Of course, enjoy the ride.
Speaking of The Rock, what do you think about the whole Cena heel turn?
Ooh, well, I enjoyed Hill Cena. Believe it or not, when he came in, Dr. Thugonomics. I enjoy the jorts and the sneakers and the ball caps and the jerseys. Now this aging version of Hill Cena, what is it gonna look like? Is it gonna be corporate esque, or is it going to be what we got a taste of in 2019 at WrestleMania 35? Time will tell.
It's a very interesting move to do in his last run. I think I think it would make things interesting for the world title division with Cody, especially because I feel like Cody's time as champion is kind of run its course, and it's time for something else.
Sounds like 1995, 1996 all over again. Cody is the golden goose, and you ran a story similar to Shawn Michaels, 95, 96. You win the Rumble, you lose your shot at the title, at the championship, and all that good stuff. You run it back in 96. He finally fulfills the dream, and he has a 6 month to a year run almost as champion, and it was lackluster, but um, you did get some new things with this Cody run for the simple fact you're taking down a family trying to uh, dethrone a family of sorts with the bloodline. So, I mean, at least you're working with people who dominated it for 4 years, but you do need some fresh meat. Um, Kevin Owens was nice. I don't know about who else. Cena was a surprise. Gunther's match with him was okay.
AJ Styles match is pretty good.
Yeah, AJ's was good. It was good to see him back as well. He's returned on Raw.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and talk about Raw real quick. You had some more moving parts as we head towards Mania. Roman came back and decided he was going to destroy everything. Took out Seth,
The
took out Punk.
a vengeful lone wolf tribal chief. Oh boy. Um, this triple threat that is potentially going to happen for the rights of Paul Heyman. Oh, who would have thunk it? Three Paul Heyman guys vying for his managerial rights.
That's going to be interesting within itself. And then you still got the favor. You still got that favor Punk has, or favors, as he said a couple times.
Oh well. What
Then
is that
you
favor?
got EO, huh?
What is that favor? That sounds like we're pulling back the curtain to 1982 with Mr. T and Sly Simone and Carl Weathers. Hey, Rocky 3, you owe me a favor. What favor?
That's the big question, and it makes the WrestleMania season so much more interesting and fun.
Oh yeah, it
You
does.
got EO, you got EO who I believe stood tall last week when she got mushed in the face by Rhea and Bianca, and she smacked the taste out of both their mouths and told them, "Look, listen, she's the fucking champ. Put some respect on her name."
Well, now, EO, I'll admit, damage control ain't the same anymore, and I'm surprised they broke them up the way that they did. Um, for her to get a second opportunity as WWE Women's Champion, we'll see what happens. So you know,
I see. It makes it interesting because is she just transitioned for Bianca, or is she going to walk out as champion?
well, we haven't gotten it yet, but I think a lot of people from the fan base wise want to see a one-on-one match between Bianca and Rhea, and Rhea's wanted that match, and they've just never done it.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to happen this year, but with Io beating Rhea 2 weeks ago, that kind of threw a monkey wrench into everything.
Yeah, sounds a lot like Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels and Triple H from 20 years back. Sounds a
Oh,
lot
WrestleMania
like
20.
Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey from 2019.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounds
If
like.
they do go to triple, if they do go that triple threat route, it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, but I'm sure down the road the fans are still going to clamor for a traditional one-on-one match, and yeah, we just gonna see.
Yep. It also looks like we're getting AJ versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Oh, brother. Not Logan Paul.
Um,
Like,
Super random, but I'll have
why?
nothing much on that. Uh,
Why? I mean, Logan Paul, what, his first match was a tag team match with Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, and The Miz, to which Miz dumped Logan Paul afterwards. Like, come on.
correct.
Are you really a wrestler, or are you really a YouTube sensation media mogul like your buddy Kyle Kmet, who thinks he's an athlete?
Logan Paul could be good if he actually committed.
Yes, we need people
Look,
here
look,
who can respect the business.
Logan Paul wrestles once a month, maybe, and it's like, oh, I'm full time, but you don't wrestle. Punk has wrestled more matches than you this year.
Exactly.
I don't hate Logan Paul's wrestling ability. I mean, I won't take that away from him, but I just wish he did more.
Yeah, he definitely needs to do a lot more. One title reign that really wasn't that great. Thank God he finally dropped the title to LA Knight, and Shinsuke are alternating that championship. Thank God for that, because he not seeing that championship and that's a worker's title. It made you forget that it was there with Logan
Correct.
being the champion. So yeah.
Speaking of champions, who is your current favorite champion in WWE right now?
Um. Ooh, I gotta be honest. Right now, my favorite isn't on the main roster.
Okay, I like that.
Believe it or not, it's because of this. It's because of this mutual partnership that they've got. That I'm actually gonna say NXT and Obafemi.
The ruler.
The banger that they put on between him and Moose, yo, it was better than Goldberg versus Lesnar 3 times over.
Well, that's a pretty low bar once you throw Goldberg in there. The bar is already pretty low.
No, no, no. It raised the bar for athletic big men, muscular big men who can go, and they did not disappoint.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I just knew it was going to be a good match. And Obus had less than 100 matches.
That's what's scary. Less than 100 matches?
Definitely.
Oh boy.
He has less than 100 matches. And it's like, damn, like this guy is going to be a star once he gets to that 100, 200 mark. Like, who
Well,
do you
I guess
think
the
beats
question.
him for that title?
Who? Well, who is next in line is anyone's guess. Um,
It's probably Trick.
Trick Willie. Well, I mean, as Wesley said, you went from the penthouse to the outhouse
And he got the
real
taste
quick.
smacked out his mouth at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Trick, he's over. He's over. I wonder where he will end up when his time is called up to the main roster. Is it to join his former rival best friend Mello, or is it to be on the prime Monday night show of Monday Night Raw?
That's a good question. I think he's going to be in NXT for a while. I think he's going to do his heel run. It seems like that's what he's getting ready to do. I
Huh?
believe.
Who would have thunk it?
We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think this time next year he'll be called up.
I thought it would have been called up a lot sooner. Most of his good runs have been with good matches. Have been real good. You know, Mello, his with Breaker, his with Dragunov. I thought he had it situated then.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think they want to see how he can do as a heel
By himself.
because
Oh,
he's been having some like heel like tendencies since he's lost the title
yeah, he has.
to Oba, and I could see them saying like, all right, let's see what he can do as a heel before we bring him up on the main roster.
Well, we'll find out. He does have a upcoming underground match with Eddie Thorpe here the
Oh
next
yeah, that's Tuesday. That's right.
on the next episode. Now he has done some work, I believe, in some jiu-jitsu, MMA work in preparation for this, according to his Instagram story. So I mean, we'll see. Can the former football player really throw hands?
Former
MMA
Philadelphia Eagle,
style.
by the way.
Yeah.
Um, speaking of NXT, we have a new NXT Women's Champion in Stephanie Vaquer, as she
Mm.
now holds the NXT North American and the World title.
Stephanie two belts. That hasn't been a two belt champion hasn't been done by a female since Becky Lynch. So hey, history for the upcoming brand of NXT.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the right choice. I mean, you could have gone with either or. It didn't matter. Um, that was a great match. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it was a great match.
Oh, like I said, I did get a chance to watch that NXT episode, so um, it was very entertaining. I did not flip the channel, so if it doesn't cause me to flip the channel, good for the episode.
And then we move on to Wednesdays, and you said you are an AEW fan, so please elaborate on what's been going on for those who are not in the AEW loop of things.
Well, there is a tournament for one of their championships held by Kenny Omega, and Ricochet's in the tournament. New signee Mike Bailey is in the tournament. Um, they have one more qualifier this coming Wednesday, and the final four will be determined at Dynasty, and then I believe later in that pay per view they will have the championship match between Kenny Omega and the winner of that Fatal Four Way.
And that's supposed to be a dynasty.
Yes, according to
Okay,
the
and
latest
when is
episode
dynasty?
of Collision that aired Saturday night.
Okay, anything of note happened?
Well, now, Ricochet did qualify on last night's episode to get into the final four, beating Kabushi. Um,
Okay.
so I haven't really got a chance to sit down and watch a lot of episodes lately, but of the ones that I do catch, I do kind of pay attention to what the next major event is going to be for them. They do have a deal in streaming now with Amazon Prime, similar to ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. So you kind of have to pay a little extra to witness some AEW content now. Me personally, I'm waiting for it to be included in Prime. That way, you ain't got to spend that money. So, yeah.
All right. Is there anybody that, or any few people that you tune in AEW for? And you're like, you definitely not change the channel whenever they're on.
Now, interesting enough, I am in an independent wrestling circuit of a lot of local Georgia talent, and one of those people who I don't tend to miss when they are included on an episode is AR Fox. For those who do not know, he is the head trainer for WWA for wrestling. Top school locally on the southwest side of town of Atlanta. So anytime he's included, I never miss an episode.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Sasha Monet?
Sasha Monet, it ain't Banks no more. She done got the Brinks truck backed up to her crib already. Um, she she's still the same person to me, wrestling wise. I didn't realize she felt stifled in WWE, let alone that she's been in the company for 10 years.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, she was taken care of in WWE. Multiple time champion. She held the fucking world title, Raw title, I believe it was, and was one half of the tag champions with Bailey for a while. I mean, I guess everybody has a different definition of stifled. I guess.
well, it was there is what I dub the tag team championship curse. For some odd reason, when they got debuted, either they got released from their contract, or they got injured, or they dropped them periodically, which I thought for a hot minute. Same was going to happen to Bianca and Jade slash Naomi, but now I think we have a solidified face for that division tag team championship with Raquel and Liv. So hopefully that curse is broken.
Yeah. I personally think the title should probably go to NXT.
Well, they do have
Um,
women's NXT tag team championships, if I'm not mistaken. Now,
nope, they do not.
oh, they've banished them. Oh, that was what I've been
Yeah,
missing.
they
That's what I've been missing from NXT lately. If you have a women's North American championship, a women's championship, where was the NXT tag team titles for the ladies? That's what I've been missing. Ah,
yeah they got rid of those a few years ago, and then just decided to keep the main women's titles, and they're supposed to go through all three brands, which was
well,
that was the
initial plan.
hmm
Well, in that case, yeah, I let NXT run with them because their women's roster stacked. They now need tag team championships, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that would be something cool to see NXT get its main championship back there.
Yeah, and I mean, you got some good. You got the Metaphor Girls and Lash Legend and Chikara. You got Zarya and Soruka. You got you got a few teams down there that you could do something with, because on the main roster, it's just like you got Liv and Raquel.
Yep.
You don't have Bianca or Jade tagging anymore, or Naomi. Chelsea's the women's United States champion. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, they don't wrestle. Um, Baszler and Zoe, they don't wrestle. So you might as well just put it on NXT. At least the women there could be able to use it more.
Well, we're also forgetting one other championship. Wasn't there a women's intercontinental tournament of some sort?
Yes. Yes, Lyra Valkyria is the current women's IC champion.
And where is that on television? I did not see that in person not one time. So where is
She
that?
she defended it. She defended it 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. Ugh.
She defended it not last week, the week before against Ivy Nile, and then the week before that she defended it against Dakota Kai.
Now, is it going to get the recognition it deserves? If we're going to put women's championships together, that's what you need to do. Um, since the women's United States Championship is being seen regularly on TV, let's see it the IC title, same thing. Women's tag team titles, yeah, go ahead and go to NXT where they can be utilized and seen on TV and not forgotten. It's
Right now,
super
Raquel's the
big.
number one contender.
Oh, well.
Yeah, she's the number one contender for the Continental title.
Oh, so it sounds like we're going to get new tag team champions too. Somebody
Well,
got
they
to drop belts.
Liv and Raquel already have the titles.
Yeah.
They they won the tag titles 3 weeks ago.
And
No, it was before. I think it was before Chamber. Yeah, they won it right before Chamber.
okay, so they won right before Chamber. So where in the shuffle will these women's division championships be utilized, seen, and respected, and not forgotten about? Triple H and company, give us something.
Yeah, um, it, it feels like they give a lot of attention to certain things, and then the other things it's just not there. It's like a prime example. You got Jey Uso versus Gunther, Royal Rumble winner, and like the build for that match has just been flat.
Sounds a lot like Triple H and Booker T from WrestleMania 19.
I remember that
Very
match.
flat.
It's only been Gunther choking out Jey Uso, and Jay's been like trying to save the Alpha Academy for whatever reason, and A Town Down Under is involved for whatever reason. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're giving us another Mania run where the Yeet movement is running wild. You gave us Kofi Mania, and you gave us the Yes movement. So it's give us what we want to shut us up, and then he's gonna go back to being mid card status and satisfied. So who knows?
Yeah. Speaking of WrestleMania, we could run through the card real quick as we go ahead and round off this episode here. So officially, right now we got Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's walking in WrestleMania as the women's champion on SmackDown. Then we have the women's world championship. We got Rhea Ripley. I'm sorry, not Rhea Ripley. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair officially as of right now. We got Jey Uso versus Gunther for the world title as Gunther walks in as champ. We have Cody Rhodes versus Hollywood Cena
Hollywood Cena.
as which should be very interesting. And I think that's all we have officially announced, I believe.
Well, now that sounds like I don't know how that's like 6 or 7 matches you've announced on that card so far.
About
So
that.
so question would be which 4 are going to be utilized for night 2, and then which 4 are going to be utilized for night 1 as a fallout from Stand and Deliver Vegas for night 1.
Cena Cody is night 2 main event. That's I don't see anything else taking Bill over that.
Wow.
Um
So
I
you'll
could
delegate. So you'll delegate Uso and Gunther tonight too. Oof, oof.
no, I think I could honestly see Gunther and Jay opening night 1 of WrestleMania.
Hoy, ay, yikes.
Maybe somewhere in the middle. I don't see them closing either night of WrestleMania, especially night 2. Night 2 is Cena Cody. Night 2 is Cena Cody. That's nothing's going to take that over for night 2. And like night 1, I mean, night 1 main event, I could see them doing Bianca and Io, or if they do the triple threat match, that match will probably end up being main. Roman Cody and not Roman Cody, Roman Seth and Punk. I could see that being night 1 main. What about you?
If I'm them, I would do a semi-main female match or main, and I'll just do the same thing for night 2. If the cards if the cards and the talent and the storylines are that stacked, I would just flip flop either one, and whichever one the fans are clamoring for the most, I'd go with those.
That's fair. I mean, we like I said, like you said earlier, we still got like a month, a little over a month away before we're going to see some more matches on Raw this week. We got Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title.
And the fall
Um,
and the fallout of Judgment Day continues. Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Um,
whatever new name they've come up with.
it's still Judgment Day.
Mm.
We got Penta versus Kaiser in a no holds barred match.
Oh, no holds barred. Oh boy.
Jey Uso, I believe he is wrestling Austin Theory.
Okay, so that's Yeet Mania versus A Town Down. Um, I don't know what they're gonna utilize Austin Theory for after this. Maybe they're trying to break up A Town Down Under, um, because they kind of need to do something with them too. The last thing they did was a triple threat match in NXT, and Austin Theory got a good reaction, even though he got booed out of his hometown building. in Atlanta, being that he is a WWA4 alum trainee, to boo him out the building, that's just cold.
Well, when you're sticking around people like Grayson Waller, that tends to happen.
Well, creative got to
Is
do
there
something
anything?
because creative got to do something with them too. Because ever since he's got called up, he's had one mania moment. Oh, I'm sorry, two mania moments, and that's it. Not much else. United
That's
States
two more than
Championship
a lot
match.
of people have.
Yeah, a United States Championship match against John Cena, which he did win, which I was surprised. And then the Stone Cold Stunner that he got the year prior, and that was it.
Well, no, that's not true because he also won the tag titles at WrestleMania as well.
Okay, so okay, we'll count three. You almost forget that one because the other two really
Yeah,
mass
yeah, yeah, yeah.
relevant. So
Of
yeah,
course, but I mean, it still happened.
yeah. Well, hey, it happened.
Is there anything going on in AEW that you would like to let people know about that it should give them a reason to tune in this week?
Like I said, it's the final spot in the Fatal Four Way International Championship Tournament. They are doing specials around March Madness basketball. That's Selection Sunday tonight, and the tournament starts this week. So they'll be working around March Madness for the next 3 weeks. So
Okay.
um, Dynasty is on April 7th. I'm sorry, April 6th. I'm sorry. So you do have a little bit of things to look out for um, in AEW.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have anything for this episode. Do you, sir?
Um, Actually, yeah. For any indie fan that loves local wrestling, uh, come on out to Dynamic Wrestling Association's Brawl at the Hall 3. That will be this coming Thursday. That'll be this coming Thursday. Um, Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, 181 will be the address that you find in your GPS. For those that would like to attend, by all means, come out and enjoy some free wrestling. If you love local wrestling, this is the event for you right here.
I love a good plug. Well, sir, it was a pleasure doing this, our first episode together. Hopefully, there will be more to come.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
But yeah, I thought it went good. Anyway, I am the Osuji half of this podcast and my co host.
Showtime Jr.
And we would be out of here. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.